Sound is up.
I'm just glad they gave it to me.
Is the video up?
Maybe. Today's show is about Call of Duty.
No.
A game Andy doesn't play, nor does he care about.
Are we actually live?
Yes.
See, I told you. That's why I was telling him what we're talking about today. We're just talking about Call of Duty all day. Season 2 started on the 11th.
I'm going to share with you everything that I know about Call of Duty right now.
Hit it.
Welcome to Guys Talk Knives. This is episode 82.
Love it. Love it.
We're going to do the things that we always do. We're going to have a good time. We're going to let some people
Are we talking about knives?
We are going to talk about the knives. Sweet. We have a lot of traditional and slip joints on the... We only have one non-slip joint knife on the table today. Just sort of worked out that way.
This is a nouveau slip joint.
It is.
Slip joint.
It's a fake slip joint. It's not even really a slip joint.
I guess it's not, is it?
Not really. I mean, they call it a slip joint, but it's not. We'll get into it, I'm sure.
Okay.
It's
really cool, though.
ZTO 230 is on the table.
It's really, really neat. Two new Rough Ryder lines. I mean, let's just skip the other stuff and talk about the knives immediately. Dang it.
Anything to push this show along.
Melina's got a new pick that I want to see. Jonathan has a pocket dump on the side of the table.
That sounds really bad. No, gotta talk about these.
Hit it.
So our CRKT Montosa winner that was by the text.
Yeah.
Chris Lee won that.
Go, Chris.
And the cool thing about it was just immediately got an answer back. Usually when we do something odd like that, it takes us a while to get an answer back. But Chris Lee was on it. Your package is on its way. CRKT Montosa. Now
I'd love to hear... Sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
I'd love to hear what everybody thought about using the text message as the entry. So, at some point in this, put in SMS yes or SMS no, and we'll count them.
I know how many people entered.
I mean Sean.
And I can talk to you about it afterwards, but I know how many people entered.
Oh, I do know that.
Yeah.
No, I know those numbers, and I know that it was a lot easier to pick, really.
Yes, it was.
But tell us, SMS yes or SMS no, just randomly throughout it, and we'll make Sean count him when he's back in tomorrow. That'll be his penance for not being here today.
Yes. He does little chit marks.
He will, too.
On his cubicle wall.
Nope, it'll be on his little notebook, his little ratty notebook that he keeps everything in.
Oh, that's hilarious. Speaking of giveaways.
Yes.
Okay, we have to address this. I want to address this. We do a giveaway on Facebook every Wednesday.
Yes.
It happens every Wednesday. For the last couple of Wednesdays, there's this fella named Sanjay who has a site that he keeps calling himself Smoky Mountain Knife-Works. And what he does, when you guys share the stuff, he goes to your page and he leaves you a reply on your post telling you that you won. And you need to click this link, and then you need to give a credit card, and there's stuff. He is scamming you.
Yes.
He has basically created an account that is fake, that looks similar to Smoky's. If you really look at the URL, if you look at the name itself, it is not Smoky Mountain Knife Works. It is always Smoky Mountain Knife Works or Knife Works.
Well,
but that's happened for the last couple of weeks. We just want to let you all know that we will never, ever reply to a post that you have shared on your wall. We just don't do it.
No, we don't do it.
We don't go to your wall and type on your post. So, if you have shared a post of ours and you see a reply that might be Smoky Mountain Knife Works, know that it is not us. Yeah. It is not us at all. We have reported this guy. We have done everything we can. I have chatted with Facebook help.
You guys feel free to report him as well.
Report him. Block him immediately. Don't respond to his post. Don't follow any links. Don't click anything. And for goodness sake, do not give him a credit
We also won't ever, for a giveaway, won't ever ask for any information besides where do we send the stuff.
Yeah, your name and your address is what we need. Hold on one second. We do that by direct message.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we will never send you to a website that does not start
with smkw.com.
Yes.
Period. We just won't do it.
Matter of fact, our email addresses are easy to spot too. They all end with smkw.com.
Yes. Yeah, so don't be fooled out there. There's not a lot that we can do about it. In fact, a lot of times when you guys have reported, they say it doesn't go against community standards, right?
Sure, yeah.
So I got on with help with Facebook the other day for the first time. Really got an agent to help me out. They reported it on our behalf, but who knows what will happen. We just don't have the control to do it.
Yeah.
The other thing that I will say about those giveaways, if you will note, in the giveaways, there are a whole set of instructions there.
What?
Hashtag do the words.
Do the words.
It will tell you when the contest ends and when we will announce.
Yep.
So, because good old Sanjay is not that bright,
Yeah.
he's telling you won immediately on the day that the post falls.
Which isn't ever the case.
If you hashtag do the words, you'll know that that's not going to get announced at least for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just be aware of that out there, guys.
And that goes for anything. Be aware on Facebook or on your email or the internet in general. There are scammers out there, and they are evil little turds.
They really are.
They are. No, completely and totally.
Yeah. The only other thing I have as far as business goes, we dropped the unboxing video for the SMKW Army Care Package for February. I dropped that yesterday.
Yes.
Yes. If you didn't watch that, I'm just going to tell you. You should. You need to.
Yes.
Just give me a little heads up.
Number one, they're always very entertaining
Yeah.
because it's Andy and Tyler. And that's always fun. But this box was really cool, too.
It was a
There's
good
lot of
box. It
stuff
had
in
7 knives in it, and if you got the General's
Yeah.
box, you ended up getting the all-black bug-out CF Elite. That is
You
brand
did.
new for 2020. I think it shocked a lot of people. But I'm just going to say,
Shocked me.
go watch the video. Watch it on YouTube and watch it on Facebook. Just saying.
Yeah. There might be a reason to do
I
that.
can't give you a better hint than that,
Yeah.
but you probably should. That dropped yesterday. It's out there, and you
Do-
should do it within this week.
The words.
Yes, to the
in
words.
this case.
Even the verbal words.
Yes.
Nice. Verbal kit. Usual suspects.
Yes. Thank you, Kaiser Soze. Spoiler if you haven't watched it. A 30-year-old movie.
We switched up things. We switched up things this week because we needed to get the 2 new Rough Riders into
Yes.
the system so we could put them on the show.
For sure.
So things switched up just a little bit. We have something new. We have the EDC of the week. We have Pocket. I think that's Pocket Candy Modern. Pocket Candy Traditional. Then we have Premium, and then we have the Rough Rider of the week.
Yeah.
That's how we ended up with all these slip joints on the table. But I'm ready to jump in this.
But to be honest, when you
Did I
look
just
at...
open that and not even take a drink?
I think you did. To be honest, though, when you look at what we sell, a lot of folks who love those slip joints.
Absolutely.
I've got one in my pocket today as well, so I'm one of those people.
I thought you were just happy to see me.
Ha
Let's start out with something here. I know that was ridiculous, right? It was. This is the vault pattern from this year.
Yes,
this
it
is
is.
the 2020 vault pattern. If you guys haven't seen this yet at all, this is the Pocket Hunter from Case. This is what they took out of the vault. It is a small knife. I'm just going to tell you.
Yeah.
But it rides like a peanut. It rides like yeah, I know that's really weird.
Look at you at
That was the
all.
name of my first hip hop song, "Riding Like a
Right,
Peanut."
like a peanut. That's right.
But it's like that. It's one of those that slips deep in your pocket. You can carry it anywhere. This one happens to be the Hunter Orange Bone version in the Pocket Worn series. But I wanted to show you guys, at least show you one of these brand new Pocket Hunters.
So you're looking at mirror polished Tru-Sharp surgical steel blade. It has a harvest orange pocket worn bone handle. You have brass pins and liners in that handle, nickel silver bolsters, and the shield. It is a 2.25 inch clip point blade, 1/16 of an inch thick, 2.75 inches closed, and it's made in the USA by Case.
Yeah, and so this is a small pattern. You can see in my hand
yeah.
right here how small this actually is. I do not have big hands. This is a small knife, but because it's a Pocket Hunter, it's basically a scaled down version of their big folding hunter.
Yep.
I mean, there's enough knife there to do what you need.
And it's like we've talked about with any of these other patterns that are smaller versions, like the 85 or the 70 from Microtech. It is like you took that folding hunter, put it on a copy machine, and said make 150%. It is identical otherwise.
Right. The fit and the finish on this particular model is nice. It has that pocket worn. If you guys haven't had a pocket worn, the jigging is not rough in any way. It's like it has ridden in a pocket for a very long time.
For years.
This one does not have half stops in this version.
Nope.
It did have a nice snap to close, so that's pretty nice. And then if you want to look, there is blade centering on this new case. Yep.
Good looking knife.
Yeah. How much? What's the price point on this one?
$56.99.
That's not bad.
Most of that series are somewhere between the high 40s and up.
Right.
I think the yellow handle is 40 some odd, but I'd have to go look it up. But anyway,
Yeah.
we have a link to all the pocket hunters in the Case brand. So if you go to the Case brand and on the side you've got the filters and look for the pocket hunter, they're all there. Really, really neat looking knife.
Yeah, tell us what you think of this being the pattern for the Out of the Vault this year.
Yeah.
Because we like that feedback. Case likes to hear that feedback too. I know a lot of you out there have said it's too small. I get it.
Sure.
I think also once you carry one, it might be a little bit of a different story.
Yes, I think it's your point that it's the same size as a peanut or even a small.
Just a
toothpick.
little bit. Yeah, it is. It is more like just between a small and a medium toothpick. Yeah.
It fits good in your pocket. Feels nice.
Yeah.
I think it was a nice addition to the lineup, and I think it's a good pattern to bring out this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
We did the Doctor's Knife in 2018. Barlow last year, and then the Pocket Hunter this year.
Yep.
So it's been a nice transition.
Very
cool.
One of the few times we've actually had a CIVIVI on the show for EDC of the week.
That's true. Which is kind of crazy, right?
Right. I'm just going to flat out say this is my favorite CIVIVI so far that we've played with, that I have played with in the building.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is the action is just, it's nice. That's me digging into the thumb hole right there.
That is Wii action.
Yes.
Complete and total Wii knife action on their budget-friendly line.
Yeah. And, I've played with some that didn't have quite that action, but
Sure.
this is snappy, man.
Yeah.
That is just like, boom.
I like it a lot.
Right there. This is the Shard. It is our EDC of the week. This is going to be part of the budget-friendly line from CIVIVI and Wii. Let's look at it close.
So what you're looking at is a 2.95-inch D2 drop point blade with a satin finish. It's an eighth of an inch thick, manual flipper, or a thumb hole, either way to open this knife.
And it works great with both because of the steel ball bearings that are inside.
Exactly. You've got a liner lock to keep it locked open, red G10 handles with carbon fiber overlays, gold colored pivot and liners.
Look at that.
Dexterous. I know, right?
Yeah, no, it's different. It really makes that red pop. The steel liners and the liner lock itself are gold, and then the pivot ring here from the CIVIVI is also gold.
And then flip it over, you can see that pocket clip.
Yep.
Ambidextrous tip-up titanium pocket clip on this.
I had to look that up several times because I did not believe it. I don't understand it.
To me,
but
it's that this is that nice touch that Wii does so well.
Yes.
Of just, hey, here's this little extra piece to make it something different.
right, here's some G10 and some overlay and some D2. And by the way, there's a little handful of titanium.
Exactly.
Right there in the pocket.
This closed in your pocket is 4.05 inches. Overall opened up, it is 7 inches, and it weighs 3.12 ounces.
It's fairly light. The action is just...
Action's tremendous.
Yes. No, I really like this one.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite CIVIVI that I've held so far.
It is so light.
That's what I like too.
It is, for this size knife, when you pick it up, you go, man, that's... And that titanium pocket clip, even though it's not that huge, does shed some weight, being titanium, because it's super light. Great action. It feels so good in your hand.
D2 is what you're going to find a lot of on these budget-friendly lines. This one's what, $68?
Yeah, $68 total.
$68 from CIVIVI, which is made by Wii. It's probably my favorite one of these so far.
It's a really it is a big pop of color.
Yeah.
In your pocket.
Yeah.
It sticks out.
Let's do this real quick.
Yeah.
Because I have
not to say it's worth cutting that one.
I have not cut with a CIVIVI. That's nice. Yeah.
Really good line from Wii.
Yeah.
Really, really good line.
$68 on that one right there. Tell us what you think of that as well.
I dig it.
Oh, by the way, yellow and blue on the side as well.
Yes.
So there's like a neon-y, greeny yellow.
Do they both have the gold accents?
I don't know that they have the gold. I think the
remember.
blue does. I don't know what the green has. It's like a greeny yellow. You can go on and look at it.
Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah. Nice knife from CIVIVI. Questions, comments, thoughts, anything so far?
So far, yes, there's one question.
Okay.
Cool.
Valerie asked, the Case Pocket Hunter?
Yes.
She says, I think it would be great for my kid's first knife. What do you think?
Oh. How old is the kid? Now, I mean, I guess everybody makes their own decision for the kid. Number one, I think anytime you can get somebody in traditionals, it teaches some lessons that other knives don't teach.
It does. Yeah.
It teaches you how to be safer with a knife because there's more danger
and there's no lock
of it closed. Right. There's no lock that's going to happen. My only concern is if they're too young. This is a little pointy of a knife for it, to me.
Yeah.
It's a little stabby.
It is.
It is a small knife, but that is a nice sharp point right there.
If they're a little older, though, and you're looking for a knife they can drop in their pocket that's going to slide all the way down in their pocket,
yeah,
that might not be a bad place to start.
I mean, if you want to give this to your toddler.
No.
It'd be pretty close to the right size, right?
The toddler gets the My First Victorinox. That's a toy.
Toddler gets a Cold Steel. Let's just...
Wow.
Recon
So
1 Tanto.
That's right.
No, I don't know that this would probably be my first choice for a first knife for a kid. Probably anybody who's under the age, in my book, under the age of 8. Yeah.
I would agree with that.
It might need to be a little less sharp, a little less pointy. Maybe one of those Victorinoxes. They have a real Victorinox pocket knife that has a rounded tip.
They have a set in Open L as well.
Yes.
He's 12.
12. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Good,
No,
do it.
Good move.
No,
yes.
It's all good.
Yeah, at 12, that's going to fit pretty good in his hand too.
Yeah.
I think that might be a good fit.
Yeah, and it's frankly because it's coming out of the vaults. If he treats it right, tell him this up front. It's an heirloom.
Yeah.
Use it. Enjoy it.
Of course.
But hang on to it and remember it as your very first knife. It's an heirloom because it will go back in the vault.
Yeah.
That's
it'd be a nice way to start a collection too.
Agreed. Any other questions? Okay.
That's really cool.
So we're jumping into pocket candy traditional.
I was so excited about these when you told me about it.
They're interesting. So
Yes.
if you're not aware, probably
really good.
one of the most popular series we ever did from Rough Ryder, we did it 2 different times. We actually had 2 different groupings come out, was the Stonework series. And it had, like 8 to 10 to 12 full patterns.
Yeah.
All of them had synth stone inlay with nickel silver spacers, and they were all different. So like the Trapper would have a different configuration of all the synth stone laid out on the handle. The Stockman would be different. The Canoe would be different. People still ask about those knives all the time.
That second run was Jasper and
It was just all kinds of different stuff.
turquoise.
Well, it's all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah, one of the ones that sticks out in my head though was Jasper and turquoise, and it was maybe the prettiest Rough Ryder that I've ever seen.
We're out of those.
Yes.
People still ask about them. You can find them on the secondary market and actually sell really, really well. But we revived that series. This is a Stoneworks malachite and pearl. So you have green malachite, white pearl, genuine pearl, and then I'm pretty sure that's a synth stone malachite on it. But they are still divided by nickel silver spacers. In fact, let's look at it so you can see it up close.
That's so good. So everything in this series is 440A stainless steel blades with match strike pulls. Match strike, we've talked about before, means you, kind of old school, you could strike a ready to strike match on it. Has half stops on all the non-locking blades and a mirror polish. The handles, as Andy mentioned, are malachite and pearl with nickel silver spacers and a nickel silver slant R pinched bolster. For this particular knife, you're looking at a 3.125 inch clip point blade and spay blade. They are 1/16 of an inch thick. It is 4.125 inches closed, and it weighs 3.67 ounces.
Yeah, this is pretty on both sides. And the one thing that I will point out is there are 3 knives available in this series right now. I think there's a Serpentine Stockman, there's a Trapper, and there's one more, and I cannot remember which one it is.
Oh,
The Trapper appears to be striped like this one. So you have stripe, stripe, stripe across. The other 2 are more balanced, so the malachite sits as a wedge in the center, and then there's white pearl on each side because they are double-ended knives, both of them. You got the same quality here. Did you hear the pop? I can do it up here. I mean, the walk and talk is always fantastic.
I was so excited
I'm looking at
when I saw these coming in. They look as pretty as both of those sets of the original Stoneworks.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that fit and finish.
It's just gorgeous.
No, it's nice. Here's the snap down here. There's the half stop. There's the drop in.
Yeah.
Both blades do the same. Let's look at it straight on. Yeah,
So pretty.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Nice job, Rough Ryder, right there.
And I'm telling you guys,
Not that it really matters.
no, when you look at it, when you get one of these in your hand and you're looking at the way that pearl and that malachite are put into place, the attention to detail.
You're welcome to hold it.
I was waiting my chance. When you look at this and you feel the difference in textures on that handle, when you see the painstaking detail of getting all of these little pieces where they're supposed to go, you're kind of blown away by the fact that it's a $17 knife.
Yeah, and they're fairly thick. This is not like a
No, yeah,
veneer.
this is
They're
not a
fairly
veneer.
thick inlay.
Jonathan,
Somebody
come back down
is-
to 2. See those big slabs
Yeah.
of pearl and malachite?
somebody is fitting those in.
Yeah. And you can see all of these, somebody had to cut these to get these in the right places, and then when they got done, they have to go in and smooth everything out because there are no rough edges to this knife.
No, it's nice.
I love it so
Would
much.
you say that's a Sunday carry? I look at those as a Sunday carry.
Completely.
Yeah. This is a
Or
gentleman's
any
knife.
day
if
that
there
ends
ever,
in Y.
I agree with that. It's a user. It can be a user.
Yeah, it can.
Because the kicker on this thing is it's 17 bucks.
$17.
All 3 knives in the series that we have so far are just $16.99.
Yeah.
So you could use it as a user, but this is a dress-up knife to me.
Sure it is.
And like all of the Rough Ryder stuff that's out there, they are just super. Of course, I'm going to do that.
Yes.
Right? They're super sharp right out of the
Sharp
box.
right out of the box.
Yeah. So
And it's 440A, so if you want to use it, putting an edge on it is not hard. Keeping an edge on it is not hard.
it will stay for sure.
I love that whole series.
The box is really cool. It comes with a magnetic clasp box.
Yep.
Of course, it is Rough Ryder, so it's built by hand and back for life by us.
Sure.
You get this, and you don't particularly like the pearl how it was in the handle. That's your right.
That's something else to point out, just real quick, is you'll notice the pearl has differences in color and texture, and that's because it is completely
yeah.
natural.
It's
It is
mother
a
of
real
pearl.
thing. So each of these knives is going to be different in how they look and how those pieces of stonework and pearl are laid out.
Nice.
Yeah.
17 bucks from Rough Ryder. That is the pocket candy traditional right there.
Dig it.
Moving right from old school
Yeah.
to Genzanzo new school. This is the ZT 0230, right?
Yep. 0230.
0230. It is literally ZT's very first attempt at a slip joint. They have never done one
Such a
before.
neat idea.
It's designed by Genzanzo. They call this a double détente. It is not really a slip joint.
No.
And I'll show you why. Look here. So when you open this, a slip joint would have actually a joint,
Well,
and you could show it.
Yep,
Yeah.
there
In
we
fact,
go.
we can open the other one up. Let's do that. Let's open one of these. Ding. So you can see that there is literally a joint right there that is causing this to stay open in a slip joint. In this particular one, you do not have that. This is happening by a stop pin. This final stop is a stop pin. However, they do have what they're calling double détente. So it does have a half stop.
it has
in
a half stop.
This knife has some high-end features
I'm
to it.
telling you, I think it looks amazing. So again, like Andy said, it's a Gens and So design. This is the first slip joint from Zero Tolerance, 2.6 inch CPM 20 CV sheep's foot blade with a stone wash finish. That blade's 0.121 inches thick. It has a slip joint with a double détente, so it's kind of like a half stop without really a half stop. The handles are carbon fiber. It's a manual opener, just like almost any. It has a thumb nick.
Yeah.
Thumb mark. What did we decide?
It's
I
a
always
nail
say it
nick
wrong.
or a nail
nick.
mark.
I'll get it right in a second. It has a nail nick in it. It's a blue anodized aluminum backspacer.
Look at that.
With an integrated lanyard attachment. You're seeing that a lot this year from different companies.
Yes.
That's kind of become the thing. Overall, in your pocket, this is 3.7 inches closed. It is 6.2 inches overall. It weighs 1.8 ounces, and it is made in USA by ZT.
1.8 ounces. It is
Yeah.
light. It is super light. I don't know what to think of this. I am so sold on my ZT flippers and stuff. It has all the ZT markings, right? I mean, you can see it. Look at it.
It does.
Has the carbon fiber that you know from ZT. It's nice and smooth there. But this is a slip joint.
It has the upgraded handle material. That's where your weight loss is. It is straight carbon fiber. You have a little bit of a liner in there just
Yeah,
to
it
give
looks
it
like
some
they've
stability.
skeletonized the back and
Yeah.
and put that
You've got
in.
just a little bit in there, but it is super, super light because of the aluminum and the carbon fiber. That's 20 CV in the blade, so it's a great steel. It's $180, so it has that ZT pricing as well. I'll tell you though, I completely love this idea. This to me is a great marriage of a very traditional looking pocket knife, again, down to the nail nick on the side.
Well,
with ZT.
yeah, and the idea that they did go ahead and use a sheep's foot blade.
There's no pocket clip, folks. This is a literal. This is not this.
Right.
This is closer to this,
Yes.
and that hurts my brain a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, the more I have messed with this, the more I genuinely.
Well, I
like it.
mean, it's similar to the Kaiser pinch. It is.
Yeah.
You're seeing it a lot this year. Slip joints in that area.
That is so thin and compact that is just going to slide down in your pocket and disappear, and you're not going to know it's there until you need a good, solid knife.
Treat it like a slip joint, though, guys.
Yeah.
Do not treat this like a.
It's
a
not
lock. It's not locked.
It's not a lock.
It's not locked.
There's no lock back. There's no liner. There's no frame.
Treat it like a slip joint.
Oh man, I really like it.
Would you give this to a 12-year-old?
I'd have to like that 12-year-old a lot.
I knew you were gonna go there. That's why I let you have it.
I mean, a lot because
Yeah, it's $180.
$180. But I think I'd give the 12-year-old this,
Oh, for sure.
and I'd keep this for myself.
That's right. Why not?
But I dig it, man.
Any questions so far?
So many.
Okay,
I'm sure.
go for it. Yes.
Okay.
Anytime you've got those, just jump in and jump on us. Yeah.
Well, will the Knife Museum ever reopen?
Not that we're aware of.
What's mother of pearl? Is it fake pearl? And on that Rough Ryder, is that plastic or is it mother of pearl?
Okay, so they use genuine pearl, but they're using mother of pearl. And I could be completely wrong, but mother of pearl is what they harvest from the inside of the shell.
Yes.
Not from the little pearls that you see on Granny's necklace.
Yeah.
Right. So the pearl that develops inside the clam or the oyster or whatever, the ball. That's not it. That's not how they're getting this pearl.
Yeah.
And in fact, all the flat pearl that you see in general is mother of pearl.
Yeah,
It
because
is-
other pearl's not big enough to harvest a sheet like that.
So you're taking a big oyster shell or a clam shell or whatever they're using or whatever they're harvesting from, and they're using that inner lining, which also looks like pearl.
And the reason it's mother pearl is because the oyster is the mother of the pearl.
So this
called
is genuine pearl right here. I believe that this is what we have referred to in the past as malachite synth stone.
Yeah.
SYNTHSTONE. And it is a synthetic version of malachite. This is not like a jade or malachite or any of that kind of thing.
Malachite's a real semi-precious stone.
Yeah.
This is a synthetic version of that.
Yeah. But it's nice and it looks great.
Oh, it looks great.
Yeah, and it's $17.
Well, and set off with that mother of pearl, God, it pops.
Yes,
Man.
absolutely. Other questions?
Yes. CRKT spew or minimalist?
Woo!
Spew.
Minimalist.
I like the spew because it's long and pointy and it's Warncliffy.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
The spew has a different profile. If you hold them, they sit a little differently in your hand.
It's a little bigger.
A little bit bigger blade, a little bit bigger in your hand as well. I like the minimalist because for my hand, and this is complete opinion on this, for my hand, it sits perfectly when you pop it loose. It is the exact little tiny blade that I like.
What does the P stand for that? Simple something everyday Warncliffe.
Simple plain.
Huh?
Simple plain?
I don't know what the
I
P
don't
is.
know.
Yeah, he told us.
He told us, and I don't
Yes.
remember.
I remember everyday Warncliffe though.
If you look it up, it's online.
That's what SPEW is
Yeah.
an acronym for. Nice.
Not the
Yes.
not the spew from the Harry Potter books.
Right. Exactly. Or the spew you do after riding the roller coaster.
Are you the owners of SMKW and or what do you do at Smoky Mountain Works?
We are not the owners.
We are not the owners. I've been here probably, I'm going on 22 years now.
Yeah.
I have done lots of things since I came on
Yes,
board.
you have.
From being hired to run the call center originally to special product design. But my role right now is, I actually have a split role.
Yes, you do.
It's kind of split three ways at this
Really
point,
kinda
but it is. But I have a role that I work with Kevin Pipes on a regular basis and have for the last 10 to 12 years as a special product designer. So I have handled the Rough Ryder line and some other lines for Kevin on a regular basis, doing knife design work, packaging, branding, all of that different stuff. So a lot of these designs, I've handled them as before they came out. I do that on one side. On the other side, and probably what takes up most of my time every single day, I am a creative director of online marketing and media. So if you're dealing online with us in any way, or seeing anything online with us in any way, it probably passed through me and Melina. She is my assistant.
Guarantee it is. Yes. It better have.
No doubt.
Yeah, it better have.
I get a little angry when it doesn't.
Well, it should.
So that's what we do every day. And when you message us, it's more than likely me or Melina that you were talking to. Yeah.
I'm the manager of the e-commerce department, so all of the stuff you buy online rolls under me.
Yeah. Any other questions?
One more.
Okay.
Tab. I'm trying to tab. What's the carbon steel in the Rough Ryder Classic Carbon Series?
T10.
Yep.
T10 is a Chinese carbon steel. T10 is as close as you can get to 1095. They really can't get 1095 in China. They can't. So they have to find another steel that is close to 1095, and that is T10. I will tell you this about T10. You need to treat it with a little respect. It has a little bit more brittleness than 1095, right? So you're not going to want to bang that blade like that. You're not going to do things that it's a little bit more brittle, so you can't break it. It is a strong steel. It sharpens up. It patinas. It does everything the other carbon steels do. But our classic carbon series is T10.
Yeah. Good still though. It holds up great.
And so we're hit on the questions.
Yes.
I like it like that. So jump in anytime that you
Yeah.
do that. Just wave at us and we'll try to answer the questions. Even if it's, what's your favorite color?
And Andy mentioned Kevin Pipes to finish that question out. Kevin Pipes is the owner.
Founder.
Owner and CEO and president of the company. His office is where it has been forever here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
And his son, Tyler Pipes, is
our
the
COO.
COO. Yes. Our boss.
Exactly.
Yes. What's next?
Next is the one that I think I was the most excited about that is on the table and my favorite new Rough Ryder.
We did
Not
this.
to stroke your ego.
I appreciate it. I did not come up with this design. I'll be dead honest about everything. So a lot of times the people that at the factory that comes to us, they bring us samples and say, hey, we can do this. So they bring in something and they show us the handle and what it would look like on a particular knife. Then we basically go back and reverse engineer. So we create the theme, we create the idea, we brand it, we market it. This one to me looks like a topographical map. Kevin Pipes thought the same exact thing, and I said, well, let's just call it High Plains.
Yeah.
This is the new High Plains series. There are 4 knives out there right now. I'm going to bet that there are more coming.
I would assume so.
This is the large moose.
Before I start talking, look at that handle.
I know, right? Look at the backside of it, too. It almost looks like distressed leather.
I was telling Andy before we started the show, to me, this looks like a knife you would find in an antique store.
Yes.
It is very old world, very, very groovy and retro, kind of turn of the century-ish. And I love it. So this is the High Plains Moose. All the knives in this series, 440A stainless steel blades with match strike pulls and half stops on the non-locking blades. Those blades have a mirror polish as well. The handles in this series are brown bone with a layered ridge pattern.
And you can see that.
Yeah, you've got those ridges at the top and the bottom with kind of that straight piece in the center. And they turn it so
it ends up like a plateau here in the center on both sides. And then you have ridges, sort of like a topographical map, and they trail down to the edge. So this really feels great in your hand.
It's amazing. You've got nickel silver slant R bolsters. In this model, for the Moose, it's a 3.375-inch clip point and spay blade. Of course, they're opposing blades because it's a Moose. They're each a 1/16 of an inch thick. The knife is 4.375 inches closed. It is 3.67 ounces in weight. And again, like Andy said, there are 4 knives in this series so far.
$15.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No, I wasn't.
It doesn't even matter.
Just
You could have made this $25, and I would like it just as much.
$14.99 is the price on each of the knives that are available right now of the 4. They are not any less. They are not any more. $14.99, $15 for that.
I will
Lifetime
admit
warranty.
fully that I am a sucker for the Moose pattern anyway. I love the name. I like the look. It's like a big beefed up canoe.
Yeah.
I like the fact that it has the opposing blades. It is so good in your hand, though.
It's the shape of that handle that just feels good. The fact that you have the big Texas spay in it as well. So this is a Texas spay blade. Everything in
Almost a
Texas is
recurve
big.
spay.
It really is. It's just nice. I mean, if you look at the profile of that whole blade,
it has such a good feel to it.
Yes.
And that
is pretty.
I love it. Again, I am not just tooting horns over here because it's one of our house brands.
Can I tell you that
I dig this knife.
So it's always weird to me because I've told you all this on the show before. We're working so far out. I forgot about this series. This has been over a year and a half.
Sure.
I've been a year and a half, maybe 2, out from getting these in, and I totally forgot they existed.
Yeah.
They come in a collector's box, a magnetic clasp collector's box. If you've not seen this, it has the EVA platform inside of it. It's very decorative. It doesn't look like something you would sit on a shelf to buy. It looks like something, if you had a nice collection, you just keep it in that box and make sure you oil it.
And a little secret that we've mentioned before with those boxes, you don't have to just stick a bow on top.
Yeah.
They're pretty.
Yeah.
You don't have to wrap them.
Yeah.
They're ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm in love with this series.
It's nice. There's a trapper. There's a cotton sampler. Jimmy Slash.
Holy crap!
Debuted the cotton sampler.
I didn't know.
Yes.
Now I gotta go buy a cotton sampler.
I know, right?
It's the large cotton sampler.
It is the large cotton sampler. So it's a large cotton sampler, a large trapper, a large moose, and there's one more.
Can I trade in my cotton
It's probably a Stockman. It's probably the medium Stockman or a large Stockman.
Because that's what I'm carrying today.
Yeah, so imagine Jason's cotton sampler with this handle.
Well, I'll be imagining that as Jason's new cotton sampler here in probably just a little while.
Walk and talk, half stop.
So
It is an
nice.
easy pull. It is probably like a 4 on a scale of 1 to 10.
And you talk about an attractive EDC.
Go 2. Let's show some centering. Pretty darn good. I'll show
Again,
it.
it's never going to be perfect
Right.
because these are handmade to fit in that very, very small channel.
Right.
But when you open them, they're as true as they can be.
That's the moose. $15. Can't believe that. Mm-hmm.
I gotta buy another Rough Ryder. I'm not really upset about it.
Question.
Will Kevin ever be on the show?
Kevin has been on the show in the past.
Yeah, a few
Kevin
times.
called in and talked.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work out right now a sit down. Kevin spends time in different places.
He does.
These days.
Yes,
And I
he
don't
does.
blame him. I would too.
yeah.
I would do that on the regular. But what I want to do is sit down with him and a couple other people that have been heavily involved in building the Rough Ryder brand for the last 26 years and really talk the history of it
That'd be cool.
and
Yeah.
where it goes, and of course it wouldn't be a live version, but it would be a taped version,
Sure.
and we would just share that with you.
That'd be neat.
I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Kevin has so much knowledge in this industry, it's unbelievable. And in fact, it's hard for me to believe that he is not part of the Knife Makers Hall of Fame or the Knife Hall of Fame with Blade.
No
And
kidding.
the reason being is he doesn't stick his name on all the ideas he's had, but over the last 40 years, I mean, Case puts a blade etch on because of Kevin.
Sure.
It didn't happen before. The commemoratives happened, the blade etches happened. All the different ideas that I have seen with my own eyes and heard with my own ears, and then had to invent in my computer.
I would go you one further that you don't have the same knife industry that you have today
I
without
agree with
Kevin
that.
Pipes.
I agree with that 100%.
Granted, we are biased. We work here. But there was only one knife catalog for a long, long time.
Yep. It was SMKW, the Smoky Mountain
Yes,
Knife Works
indeed.
knife catalog.
You can still get it. We send one out every month.
Other questions?
Not right this minute.
Okay, let's pocket dump then. You've
Cool.
already got yours out.
Well, that and I rocked the. I went to 2 today.
Oh, man, you went big dog all the way around, didn't you?
Yes. Big traditional cotton sampler, which I dearly love, and an artisan tomahawk.
You know, what's funny to me is I see that every time I think Osprey in my head, and then I realize that I own the Osprey, and it is bigger than that. It might as well be a meat cleaver.
The Osprey and the tomahawk are the knives that defy gravity.
They are.
Because you don't have to flick.
Yes.
You can just snap your wrist and open this knife. And it is the best feeling in the world, and you can scare the crap out of somebody in a store if you're not thinking about it and they're not used to knives.
The Osprey is heavy enough that you can just go like
Yes.
that, and
it
will
swings right open. Yeah.
lock into place.
Yes, indeed.
It just beats it a ton. I have my beg letter today.
Oh, yes.
Let's see.
Yes.
This is the gift from Jimmy Slash that I got last year.
Way cool.
With my little rainbow.
Heck
With all
yeah.
the rain we've had, I needed a rainbow.
No kidding.
I'm telling you what.
Wave it up in the air. Maybe the rain will stop
I
for
like-
a while.
I like this Kaiser. Once you find the sweet spot on this thumb stud, it
Perfect.
goes.
Yeah. That is a knife that wants to be open.
Agreed.
It wants to open.
It does.
Yes.
If you get it in the right spot, it is definitely going to swing right open.
Yep.
Any other questions?
Yes.
Yes.
Is there any way to know if the case Mini Pocket Hunter has or Pocket Hunter has half stops or not? They all have half stops. They're new, so we really don't know.
They are new. I don't know, and it varies from series to series with case. I know. What's that?
We'll go. We've got them all in stock downstairs. We'll go pull, and we'll put one way or the other.
I think that's a great idea.
Either no half stops or half stops on the descriptions on the website.
Because I know, like the Stagbone series, those almost all have half stops.
I think
certain different series do.
Ish of those.
There's a lot of them
out already, and we'll get those pulled and look at it then.
What is this?
They asked for my daily carry today.
Oh, okay.
What is that?
Oh, this.
It's a brand that doesn't even exist anymore. It's 1,000 years old.
I love that though.
There's one we have on the website right now.
I'll show you
That's
guys
similar,
down here.
yes.
So you see. It's a one-hand opener, replaceable razor blade knife with a liner lock in it.
That has a light on it, has a flashlight.
This is not yours. Whose is this?
No, it is mine.
Is it yours? Was it
Yes.
given to you by whom?
Jennifer Parker.
That's what I thought. That's what Jennifer Parker handles all of our collectibles and that stuff. Yeah, I was gonna say I've never seen this on you, so
It's been with me
it's been with you.
That's awesome.
for at least a week.
She's setting up her. I wonder if I can flick that.
can.
I went full Jimmy Slash right there.
I like those.
That's pretty nice.
I like those muchly.
Very much, very much.
Yeah.
This one is actually up on the side.
Hang on a second,
cool.
Jonathan. Do you have a daily carry?
Yes.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, Lord.
You
So
put it off the
this is Jonathan's daily carry. That is the
God.
K-Tact Kukri from Condor.
That's a beast of a knife. Look how thick
Dude.
that is.
I'm telling you.
That is insanity right there. Full tang. Holy cow, with the cap.
So what you're looking at on this knife is a tan micarta handle, a 1075 carbon steel kukri blade, full tang construction, and it is just that may be one of the
It's
best
got to be a
small
quarter of an inch
machetes.
thick. It has got to be a quarter of an inch
Oh yeah,
thick.
one of the best small machetes on the market. And do what? Oh, that's why he bought it. And it's $123.
That's nice. The sheath is pretty.
The sheath's amazing, man.
mhm. You've got double dangler right there. So you've got Kydex dangle plus a leather dangle. It says you need a double dangle.
That'll get you arrested in some states.
That's right. You got your dangle going on.
I love that knife.
That is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That's pretty intense. That went in there much easier than I thought it was going to.
Dude, they're again, they were a tool company first.
Mm-hmm.
They're designing their stuff to be used and abused.
It's nice.
You can go scout carry with it too. You don't laugh. You can flip that up, scout carry it right across your back.
It would be on both sides of my back.
But you can also swap that to the other side.
Uh-huh.
So you can scout carry it this way and just be like, Fing!
How did you cut your right butt cheek? Well, you see,
I was scout carrying my
there was
kukri.
a K-Tac kukri incident, and now I got 2 cracks instead of just 1.
2 cracks. Yes, that is the Jonathan everyday carry.
Do we have a Molina's pick?
We do.
Sweet.
Sweet.
Love the fact that she didn't just leave her stuff over here.
I know, right? She didn't trust me. Ooh. Oh, look at that.
Holy crap.
1976.
This is the year I was born.
Walter Grigg, G-R-I-G.
Wow.
G. Yeah,
Bonham
G-R-I-G-G.
Richard. Yeah, it's all written on here. His signature is on here. I'm gonna show it on camera too in just a second, but I want us to look
Wow.
at it first. Oh, check out the Grigg.
He worked at Randall for
Oh,
Randall Blades Knives.
wow.
He's the only one who was ever authorized to make a folding Randall.
Wow.
Seriously.
And if you remember from forever ago, Bo Randall preferred folders
Wow.
over fixed blades.
How
Go ahead.
funny.
Sorry. Scratch. That's Lyle. I got it mixed up. But Randall did like folders.
So,
How funny is that?
is this ivory?
Yes.
Wow. Because that's scrimshaw on there.
Yeah.
This is
Yes.
hand-done scrimshaw. And it's two different... Yeah. Look at that. That is the
That is-
bicentennial.
One of the coolest knives that I have seen in a while.
Wow. And that is just a big old folding hunter pattern.
He did, the same people who did a lot of scrimshaw work for Randall knives also did his. So there's always a various and sundry.
How
Scrimshaw.
neat.
So I have to ask, is this for sale?
Yes, absolutely, on the website. And I just linked them to them.
Oh, wow.
Good Lord, dare I ask?
How much?
Oh, they tend to run in the $1,000 range.
Well, I mean, I don't doubt it.
16.
Wow.
Yeah, that one's 16 in the showroom, which means we need to lower the price on the website.
Wow.
That's
That
pretty crazy.
is gorgeous.
Is that a screw? Oh, it is screwed on there.
Yeah. What we're looking at, guys, is you can actually see the screws in the hand.
Yeah. They're not pins. They're
Not
screws.
pins.
So you could take those off, clean it all up,
Yeah.
put it back together.
Man.
That's pretty intense. That's cool.
Bonhomme Richard. Good Richard.
Good gentleman is Bonhomme.
Gentleman Richard,
Yeah.
which is most likely the name of the ship.
Sorry. Gentleman
That-
Richard is the opposite of Tricky Dick.
Barlow?
No, it's going to be a folding hunter of some kind. It could be
Actually, it's a Granddaddy
Is it a Granddaddy
Granddaddy
Barlow?
Barlow.
Yeah, he has a couple that are
I was
backs.
wondering because of the the only reason I was wondering, I asked, is because
Yeah.
of the shape of the
And the
base
long
of the
bolster is a
knife.
good
Yeah.
tip as well. Good point.
Good night. And this knife is 44 years old. I know that because I also was 44 years old. For it to have that much snap,
Right.
that's incredible. Wow.
Good pick. Where can they see a bunch of this stuff on the website? For you? Do you have a link? Do you have a section that we poke people to?
Yes, we do. If you go to knives
Okay.
and hover over that link, you will see down about, I don't know, 6 or 7. It says antique and custom knives.
Okay. So yeah, antique and customs, and in fact, I think on the homepage too, there's still a
Yeah, no, at the bottom.
yeah,
There.
there's still a little visual button there too that's antique and customs. That's really cool.
And there's some really wild stuff in that section. There's things that you won't see. I mean, it's almost like a little mini knife museum.
$1,600.
Jeez.
Woo!
You get our fingerprints off of that
That's
quick.
exactly what I was doing.
I
Oh,
love
it
that.
needs to be cleaned.
Yeah.
It's
That is
nice.
gorgeous, though.
That is nice.
Great pick.
What do you have coming up for your auction tomorrow?
Oh. It's super awesome. It is a Bob Cargill custom. Bob Cargill did Cripple Creek. And
Oh,
this is
yeah.
before Cripple Creek. It's from 1979.
Ooh.
So it's like 2 years before.
So this is an actual Cargill.
Yeah.
Good night. Look at those back springs.
Hang on, let's pull this thing open. See if I can without cutting myself.
Oh, be careful.
I know it's the middle one that always
Yeah,
gets you.
always.
Let me wipe it down.
That is a really, really cool knife.
I'm going to show on the back. Serpentine Stockman from Cargill.
Yeah.
It is an actual Cargill. You can see it on the Tang stamp right there.
What's the difference between a serpentine and a sow belly?
So serpentine,
Oh, good question.
serpentine's shaped like an S right there. A sow belly has more of an actual belly to it. So instead of giving this
Okay.
S flavor to it, it's just like more.
Almost
across
just like a
the-
bow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
It just has a gut.
Sure.
It's a middle-aged serpentine.
Yeah. It's the middle-aged dad body man.
Look
knife.
at the jigging on that handle. I'm sure that's bone.
Yeah.
And then we've got a flat shield. What are you starting this auction at?
60.
60.
Jeez.
Nice.
Now rotate a little bit more, sir. I want to. No. I want to see those back springs.
Oh.
Look at that foul work.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Holy crap!
that. Nice.
The chamfering, I'm not sure it's called chamfering. I need to ask my boyfriend.
She's referring to Tony Bowes.
Yes,
That's who
she
she's
is.
talking about. She talks to Tony Bowes more than she talks to me.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
called chamfering, but when you pull the blade all the way open, it's perfectly flush. Well, it's pretty perfect.
For real.
Look, because he carries the firework
Holy.
on down into the tank.
Oh, look at
crap.
that. Look. The firework comes into the blade itself. Into the tang.
Dang.
Dang! Does it do it on all of them? It does. Okay, that's pretty intense.
That is some serious
That is pretty
artisanship,
intense.
attention to detail.
Yes.
Man. Okay.
$60.
Now I
that's
don't know. This is a very cool knife. That is equally as cool.
Yeah. So that's 60. Going to start off at $60 around 4 o'clock tomorrow.
4 o'clock tomorrow on Facebook.
Facebook only. That's where it happens.
King, if you're a fan of file work on backspacers, and I am, that's amazing.
It's
God,
a
that
pretty
is so
nice.
cool.
That's
I
nice.
dig that.
Any other questions, thoughts? You got anything else to show? Get back to your chair then.
You get back in your chair.
Talk to your boyfriend later. You can whine to him about it. Guys, we're brought to you by Smoky Mountain Knife Works, smkw.com, the world's largest knife store.
For sure.
Make sure you're following us on Facebook and on Instagram. Make sure you're following us on YouTube. We're trying to grow that.
Yes.
Tell everybody about it. The giveaway is up. What is the giveaway this week? It is. It was the copper or the brass.
The Pilar?
No.
Was it staircase?
No. The spider. It's a spider coat.
Oh, it's the pair of 3.
It's a pair of 3
Oh, that's
lightweight
right.
this
Yeah,
week. Yeah.
because my wife went. I was at home last night. And she went, "That's a pretty spider coat," and I went, "Number one, the fact that you know that now amazes me." And yes, it is.
Pair of 3 lightweight. We have 2 up for grabs this week. One's available on Facebook. One's available on YouTube. Go register
Sweet.
for both. You double your chances.
So do.
Yeah, do it. Do it. If we have no other questions, no other comments, we're just going to wrap it up right here.
For sure.
Jonathan has been kind enough to run the board for us
Yes, he
and try
has.
to follow on. He's done pretty good today.
I'm telling you.
He's getting
Own it.
better.
Own
It's
it.
because he put his kukri on the table. Melina has been kind enough to deal with all of you all.
Yes.
That's not fun sometimes, but it is fun most of the time.
And bring us very, very groovy things to look at.
Yes, she has. She's been answering your questions. Thanks for being a part of the SMKW Army and watching these shows. This is Jason. As we know, he heads up e-commerce now.
Yes.
I'm Andy.
He's in charge of making everything look good and the same and branded. And he takes so much stress off my life that you cannot understand it.
I'm also in charge of interpreting Kevin Pipe's talk and
That's true.
design nature. Well,
The
that's
bad
not what
thing
I
is
had
I'm
my
in charge
head.
of interpreting what Tyler wants done to our developers.
I'm gonna
And
tell you.
sometimes they go, huh?
that new Tops Parang that I'm sure we'll put on the show
Oh, yeah?
as soon as it comes in. Tyler Pipes, that came from his head,
Yes.
came through my computer.
Yep.
And you want to talk, I have that lingo down with Kevin. I don't have that yet with Tyler.
It's a whole different lingo.
It is a different lingo.
Whole different
It is a
lingo.
different place.
You gotta watch Captain Tomahawk.
And on that note, this has been another episode of Guys Talk Knives Live. We will catch you on Tuesday of next week. We're out of here. See ya.